What's up? It's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to start another crochet vlog. I've got a few things picked out for this, some of which I will kind of show you sketches in a second, but I'm starting a new project that I will be working on for this entire year of 2024 that I'm really excited about. I'm making myself a sweater. I'm going to finally redo the balloon sleeve sweater that I did as a birthday gift to myself back in, the video came out in October, but I did it in September. I'm finally ready to take that apart and do that again. I'm also making myself a fun little plush thing that I'll show you the sketch for. And is that it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, let's look at some sketches. Okay, so ignore this was my terrible sketch for my granny square plush. I will stick a card for that video here if you didn't see that one, but I want to do kind of a basic sweater. I'm doing a really bad sketch because I just don't really care that much. Probably a mock neck because I really enjoy those. You can't see that. I'm not, it's like one of these ones that it's like a normal sweater, but then in a V shape on the chest is like a ruffle. That looks like fringe, not a ruffle, but I have some ideas on how to do this. I know how to make a ruffle, but I don't know how to get that like crisp V shape, so that will be a fun experiment. I have actually started on this one a little bit already, but next week the yarn store is having a sale, and so I will be going to get more of that then. So there's that. I'm also redoing the balloon sleeve one, like I mentioned. Okay, I learned that a long time ago that I can't write and talk at the same time. So the year-long project that I mentioned, I will put up a screenshot of where I got this idea. The best I could figure out as far as where this came from is a TikTok user. I'm not on TikTok, so I couldn't like really dive into this fully to see if this was the original creator, but the TikTok that the Pinterest pin was from is McKenna Crochets, and they're doing this like reading progress snake. So basically you assign a genre of books a different color, and then for each book you read you keep track of that and make like a stripe in this snake for a whole year or however long you want to do it. I want to make a book dragon, so I've picked out colors for all the different types of books that I tend to read. I'm keeping track of them for the year. If you happen to see my like tackling my to be read list, I am making more of an effort to get books read this year. So I want to get started on that by doing the dragon's head. I don't even know if I want to sketch that right now because it's probably gonna suck. Yeah, I don't know what I want it to look like yet, so that's why I know what color I want it to be, but that's why I want to start it now, is I want to get the dragon's head figured out so that I can start kind of doing the stripes throughout the year, and then once I figure out how long it's gonna be, I will like make some legs that attach to it, but I think that'll be really fun. And then finally, here we go, okay. This was just the sketch that I did during Inktober. It's like a little gamer girl bunny. The face I haven't really like, I should not do that in pen. on a pencil drawing. I haven't figured out the face yet. I tried a bunch of different things. I really like the little mouth I did on my granny square. That looks kind of weird, but yeah. So I just want to crochet a little bunny that's like holding a game controller and has headphones and maybe like one ear up and one floppy ear, and just have like a cute little plush. So I will probably work on some more sketches for that and figure out the colors and that kind of stuff. And then next week we will take a trip to the yarn store. All right, the sun is setting. Okay, there we go. I was just in the craft store getting yarn like a moron. I went to the craft store the day after Christmas when all the Christmas decor is on sale, but luckily they had just restocked the yarn, so I got everything I needed for like, well, honestly for the next year, for this one, for the Book Dragon project. But yeah, so I'm all set. Nothing brings me greater joy than going and buying a ton of yarn at once. Like, I could have waited on some of it because they have yarn sales a lot, but it's just more fun this way. So I am stocked up and ready to go. It was super hot in there. I have way too many layers on, but yeah, I am going to go home and sort this into its various stacks and probably get started on some of it. Okay, so I have gotten started already with a couple of things. I have one side of the Ruffle Sweater, I don't really know what to call it, finished. I am just doing half double crochet and slip stitch back loops. So I'm partway through the other side of that. I did a little sketch for the dragon head. I was looking up like pictures of stuffed dragons. My sketch kind of looks like a pig, but I think it'll be alright. But I think I'm gonna get working on the dragon head today too. Alright, so I've got a bit of an update. I did quite a bit of work yesterday and then a little bit more today. This does not look like much right now. This is the dragon head. I don't know if you can imagine it here with me, but it actually has some like indents, kind of, not on purpose, where the eyes would go, and then like the snout obviously, and then I will do some like dragon ear things, and then wings and legs obviously once I get the body started. I did look up quite a few references of not only stuffed dragons, but also I kind of wanted this to be a little bit like Falcor from Neverending Story, although not the head, because when I was a kid I thought that Falcor was a dog because of the head. So I looked at a lot of images of like Chinese dragons and the ones that are like really long. So I have like a little bit of a start to the neck. Then I'm going to do, I don't think I have any good examples near me. Oh, yes I do. I'm going to do an alpine stitch, because I like the way that when you like change colors, it kind of like fades into it a little bit instead of being like such a stark stripe. And I actually didn't even think about this, but my guy actually pointed out that it would kind of look like scales also. So that's what I'm going to do for the body. I think I'm gonna wait to do like the eyes and stuff until I'm at least far enough that I'm ready to stuff the head and I don't have to worry about it coming back out. So I think for the purpose of this video, this is going to be considered done. So that's what I've got going on with that. And then it is December 30th, so I'm gonna start reading for the next year pretty soon. And just probably once I get a few books read, I will start working on the body. Then on my sweater, I finished the front and back. It's inside out right now. This is what the inside pattern looks like. And then I did the trim around the bottom. I'm kind of doing this out of order of what I usually do for sweaters, but I just was lazy the other night and didn't feel like taking sleeve measurements. So, and I just got started on the neck. I have one little nub. I did back row only single crochets for down here, and then for the sleeve cuffs and for the neck, I'm doing back loop only slip stitches. So working through that, but, oh, I guess this can go away for now, even though I bought so much yarn the other day that my yarn basket almost doesn't fit in its spot because it is too full. But hopefully soon that will change. What I'm going to at least start doing for a while is making yarn balls and taking apart this. Let me bring this down a little bit. If you did not see my video where I made this for my birthday, I'll let you know kind of why I'm redoing it. The sleeves are perfect, finally. And because I stitched them directly on, I have to undo them to undo the rest of the sweater, but there's just like a few things with the neckline. I was trying to do a different sort of neckline. I liked it in the front, but in the back, I had to add this extra bit because the sleeves were too heavy and it kept falling off. So this time I will just go straight across the back. And there's, I don't really know what happened with this side. I don't remember why it has this like weird gapping. So I need to fix the front, and then it also just ended up being a little bit too big. I wanted it to be a little bit more fitted to my body to really sort of like contrast with the drama of the sleeves instead of having this like kind of oversized top with big sleeves. So if watching people unravel finished projects is painful for you, I'm sorry, feel free to skip ahead a little bit. But if you get some sort of like sick satisfaction of watching somebody do it, then here you go, because I'm about to undo this entire thing and make it into yarn balls and do it all again. So here we go. Just in case you're curious, that took a little over an hour. But now I'm ready to start over. So I haven't been the best at like mentioning how much time has passed. I feel like normally in a vlog you at least put the dates. I will try to be better about that in the future, but it's been a couple of weeks since I started all of this. I had a handful of time where I didn't really get to work on this much. I was out of town for a couple of days, and this week is going to be pretty busy. I'm back at work with the start of the new semester, so I'm kind of just like working on this when I can. I'm getting close to finishing like the base sweater for this. It's hard to tell what I'm working on. I'm almost out of yarn. I have like this hunk and then just like a little bit left in the skein. And normally when I'm doing like multi-projects like this, when I run out of yarn on something, I will take a break and then work on the next thing, so that if I run out of yarn on that, then I'll go all together to get the yarn that I need. But I'm trying to finish this for an outfits video for next month, but I usually try to film my videos like in the previous month. So it's been a couple weeks. It's now January 8th. Speaking of actually giving real dates. So, and yes, I still have my, I haven't taken down my Christmas decorations yet. I'm hoping to work on that this weekend, but I am finishing. I had to redo this sleeve, which is normal for me, but that also adds more time. But I did single crochets down the sleeve and then did slip stitches for the cuff. So now I'm working on the second sleeve. Okay, so it's been a couple days since that last clip. I went to the yarn store today and got a skein of yarn to keep working on the sweater, and I realized when I was like halfway home that I had decided last night that I should buy 2 skeins, and I didn't want to go back. So I'm like about halfway through this sleeve, and then I still have the cuff to go, and I'm doing like a pretty big cuff, and then the whole V ruffle. So I'm trying to get as much of this done, like as much of this skein through it tonight as much as I can, because I want to go back to the store tomorrow. They're still having their yarn sale this week, but it's just been a super exhausting long week of work, and I really just want to like not leave my house this weekend. So tomorrow I want to go back and get more yarn tomorrow, but at this point I'm like, I don't know if one more skein is going to be enough to finish this. So I want to try to get as much of this done as I can and decide if I need to actually get 2 more and not just 1. So I'm trying to plow through this as much as I can tonight. I think this weekend I'm gonna start working on the puff sleeve sweater redo, so I'll be able to show you a little bit of that. And I think I said in an earlier clip that I wasn't gonna do any more with the dragon head. So far, I'm crossing my fingers inside the puppet. I've actually been like reading faster than I have been in a long time. I think working on this project is like making me want to read more. So I think I might actually try to get the body started so I can like show you the pattern work that I'm gonna do. Okay, so I thought just for fun I would share with you kind of what I'm doing color palette wise for the book dragon. I think I may have said this earlier, I'm not sure. I split these into categories based on what I know I'm probably gonna read. So I tried to kind of like pick a color palette and pick like my favorite colors in it for the ones that I know I'm gonna read the most. So like I said in the last clip, I am gonna get started on the body of the dragon, and I am gonna work ahead just a smidge because I'm like a quarter of the way through my current book, and then I got another one from the library that I'm going to read next, and it's a series that I'm determined to finish, so it's not like I would give up on the book. And honestly, like, I can pull these out and redo them, but I do not plan to work ahead consistently because that doesn't really, it feels like cheating a little bit, but I'm just doing it for this video and just because I'm so excited to get started. So I think what's going to be easier instead of working in the round is I'm just going to count how many stitches this is and just do the body separately as a rectangle, and then when I'm finished stitch it all up and attach it. So give me a second. Alright, it's very curly. It's gotten a little better, so I'm hoping that as it gets longer, it quits doing that so bad. But this is the first 4 books worth. About this long already, as long as my hands about. I want this thing to be pretty long, so that's why I decided to do 4 rows per book, so that way if I don't read a ton of books this year, it'll still be like decently long. So I'm gonna put this away. It'll probably be February by the time I finish reading the books that these 2 stripes are for, so I will probably wait a couple of months before I work on this some more. I'm sure as I do other crochet vlogs throughout the year, I'll kind of update you on my progress with this, because I really enjoy doing these vlogs. So I'll just kind of update you as I go, but this is the dragon for now. Okay, so it's been a couple days. I did start working on the purple top rework. I figured I'd wait till I got a couple things figured out before I talked about that one, but I finished the base of this sweater. It's still inside out. I'm gonna flip it inside out right now while I'm talking about it, so that when I go to do the ruffle later, I don't do it on the wrong side. I've been trying to, for the last couple days, kind of figure out how I want to do it. This is my reference photo. So I was debating whether or not I wanted to do the ruffle directly onto the sweater or do it separately, but I think I'm gonna do it separately because this is so like big and bulky now that this way I'll just be able to like make 2 strips and figure out how much ruffle I want, how long, and all that kind of stuff, and then just attach it with like a slip stitch or something, and then I'll probably have to like do something in the middle to make them come to a nice point or whatever. But so I'm gonna start figuring that out, and then I'll check back in when I know what's going on with that. Okay, so here's my ruffle that I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go with. It was pretty easy. I kind of just like went for it until I thought I liked it and held it up to the sweater. Okay, so I've got my ruffles. I slip stitched them together and I've got them draped over the shoulder just a little bit, and I just tried to line it up as best I can, and then I pinned it. I thought at first I might slip stitch it on, but I just think it'll be a little less awkward if I grab a darning needle and just sew it on with the yarn. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I just finished stitching it on, and while I do think it looks cool, I wanted the ruffle to kind of come up here. I didn't think about the fact that these shoulders are like a drop shoulder a little bit. So luckily I didn't tie anything off yet, so I think I'm just going to undo it a little bit, and like when it gets to about here, just follow this seam straight up so that it hits like right here. So I'm gonna put a couple pins there. Looks like it maybe wasn't super even anyway, so I will probably try to calculate that a little bit better, but I do like the length and the amount of ruffliness, so hopefully that won't be too much of a struggle to fix that really quick, but then it should be done. All right, I think it's finished. I think it turned out really cute. It's not quite as much of like a V as I was planning, but I sort of like the roundedness to it. I really like this sort of like Victorian style top. I've actually been looking for like regular tops like this. I think maybe I'll like fuss with this seam a little bit to kind of get the ruffles to hide that, and obviously I have to sew in all the ends and all of that, but I will take some like nice photos or show you a better clip of this at the end. The only thing, and I think it's fine, but there was a dye lot issue that I didn't realize. I don't know if it's gonna show up or not, but this panel is the one I did first, and it's much more white. You can like kind of see the color difference a little bit, and I remember at one point I was working on it and I was like, this is a little more cream than I remembered, and I thought it was just like the light, or that I was just misremembering. But earlier I was noticing that like the back of the neck was like a different color, so I made this the back of the sweater so that hopefully it's less noticeable, and then this is all the same. I do actually, I liked it better when it was white instead of cream, but I think this is probably the color it's supposed to be, because that was like 1 out of 5 skeins, I think, that was a different color. So I do still like it though. Okay, so here's a better shot of the sweater. I'm actually filming this for an outfits video, so if you've seen that, that's what this clip is from. I was like rushing to try to finish this sweater so I could do this video. I love it. I actually redid the neck. I don't know if you could tell in those previous clips, but like if you make the neck hole too wide, then it like sticks up really weird, and it just doesn't lay right. So luckily that was a super easy fix. It took me like a half an hour, and I just brought it in a little bit. But yeah, this is actually, I won't go too much into it because I'm going to talk about it in the outfits video, but this is like an outfit that I was envisioning this kind of sweater with, so I'm really happy with it. Alright, sorry my hair looks kind of crazy. I didn't brush it today because we are snowed in, kids. It's Wednesday, but they've just closed campus for the rest of the week. So I've been working from home all week because we have had a little mini snowpocalypse here, but that's okay. I plan on getting a bunch of crocheting done. I just got done taking like a lunch break. I have been crocheting all morning. I did the back of the purple sweater shirt redo last night, and I did the whole front this morning. I ended up redoing part of it, so that took a little longer, but I'm going to try it on really quick to make sure that everything is how I want it before I bother doing the sleeves, so I can finally get back to that. So give me just a second. Okay, this is so much better. Let me see if I can scoot us back or point it down a little bit. It is a little cropped. I decided I do want to do just like a little trim on the bottom, but I have a lot of high-waisted pants and skirts that sit right here, and so I don't like to make crochet tops super long because then it's like really bulky if I want to tuck it in. So I will make it a little longer and do just like a little trim here, but this is more what I wanted. It's like, it's not super tight, but it's nice and fitted. I think it will contrast with the volume of the sleeves really nicely. I'm sorry, this whole area is a giant mess back here. When I cleaned out the closet back there the other day, and whenever I clean my house, this room becomes a mess because I just set things in here and then I have to tackle this room a different day. So that's actually on the plan for tomorrow, since I don't have to go to work. I will probably be cleaning this room tomorrow, but I really like this neckline. I had originally planned to do just like decreasing stitches, but because this top is more fitted, it's more narrow, and so it would have become a V-neck. That's why I redid part of it, is because I didn't want this to be a V-neck. So I just did, I mean, it's been a couple months, but the last puppy sleeve top I did was a square neck, and so I didn't want to do the same thing. So I actually just did like a little bit of decreasing to make this like really nice rounded edge, and it actually came out really clean, so I don't think I'm gonna do any trim along here. Like, I think it looks fine. So that's always fun. We don't have to do extra bits there. So yeah, I am going to probably, there's a couple things I need to do, but then I'm going to get back into it. I've just been watching a lot of YouTube, a lot of cozy stuff, and crocheting all morning. So that's probably what I'm going to get back to. And I'm hoping to get this done this weekend. All right, it's the next day. It's the next evening. Did I not cut that off? Oh, okay. I worked on this quite a bit today. I did have some work to do this morning, so I didn't start till the afternoon, but I got half of the sleeve done last night and then finished it today. I've been trying it on the whole way. Everything looks great. Yarn fuzz in my mouth. I think I'm gonna get started on the second sleeve before I start dinner in a little bit, and then I will probably call it quits for today and pick it back up tomorrow. In case I forget to mention this later, these super long videos, I tend to repeat myself in clips because I forget what I've said and what I haven't. I know that I am redoing this sweater from a previous video. I know a couple people said they were interested in like seeing the progress of this. Mostly for me, but also for you if you're interested. I could have swore before I undid this that I wrote this pattern down, but I didn't, so I had to go back and watch my own video. And that video wasn't a tutorial, it was just sort of a like, crochet with me while I figured this out kind of thing. So that was sort of complicated. But I am trying to get better at writing patterns, so I think just in the description, I'm going to write down as best I can the pattern for this version of this top and also for the pink and white ruffly sweater. That one was much less complicated than this. I think there should be enough room in the description, but if it's not there, it'll be in a comment or something. But I'm proud of how these turned out, but I also want to write it down for my own sake. But in case anybody is interested, I am gonna practice my pattern writing skills and write both of those down there for you. Ooh, an exciting new angle. So I am, I think, finished with the purple top. I'm probably going to, I need to try it on one more time just to see. I'll do that in a little bit. I just want to make sure I like the trim I did on the bottom. But for now, I'm going to start working on the bunny. I don't really have a firm plan with this. I have a couple of different sketches, but I think for the head and the body, at least, I kind of have an idea. But as far as what to do with the ears and stuff, that I will kind of just see as I go. So I'm gonna get started with the head. I think that's the easiest thing to do. Okay, so it's been a couple of days. I took a little break for a while, but I've got the body of the rabbit mostly finished. It's still, the shape is still a little weird, but I ran out of stuffing, so once I get some more, I think, I don't want it so bell-shaped, so I think once I fill it out a little bit more, that will kind of round out. But yeah, this is how we're going so far. I didn't film a lot of working on this because I couldn't really decide on the shape I wanted, and so I redid. I kept pulling things out and redoing it, and it was just kind of a mess. I did finally finish the purple top. It is so much better. There we go. It's so much better than it was the first time. I still need to tie ends off and everything, but yeah, it's great. I love it. Okay, little update, or big update actually. So I have the bunny built. I was kind of just plowing through it and didn't really have a chance to film because I was just figuring things out and didn't know how much I would need to like redo things. The ears took forever to figure out. I don't know, I couldn't get them right, but I really like them. They're one layered, and then I did the pink separately and attached it, and I like that they're sort of stiff enough that I can kind of pose them a little bit. I've got the pieces of the video game controller. It is loosely based off a PlayStation controller. And then the little headphones. So I need to finish these up, attach them, and then I'm going to embroider little buttons on the controller so you actually can tell what it is. Right now it sort of looks like a tooth. I think it's so cute. It's got a little tail. I was very unsure about it for a little bit, but I think I'm on a good track. So I'm going to try to finish this today. It's now the beginning of February. It's Saturday, February 3rd, and I really want to get this done this weekend. I just thought this was kind of funny. She looks angry just because of the way the extra strings, or they could be very long fancy eyelashes. Okay, she's done. Ah! It's still trying to focus on my face. Oh my god, I'm so happy with it. It's so freaking cute. Oh, I missed some strings. This has been like the never-ending video. I usually, if I know a project is gonna take a while, I usually, I think, spend maybe like 2 weeks on a crochet project video. That's how long these vlogs usually take. I've done 2 of them, but I was just so over ambitious with this one. Like I said in one of the earlier clips from today, it's the beginning of February now. I think this puts me at about 5 weeks that I've been working on this video. I don't know why I thought I could get all of this done in such a short amount of time. I've finished reading a couple books. I've actually been reading really well. Meaning a lot. Like, you know what I mean. Not like, oh, I can read really well, you guys. Like, I've been reading a lot. For the book Dragon, that feels like 100 years ago that I did this, but I haven't even wanted to add more of the stripes because I seriously thought about just like taking a break and not scrapping it, but just not doing it for this video, but I really wanted to include something that isn't clothing just because I've been doing so much of that. But yeah, I think she's so cute. She's a little gamer girl. I think there's something really funny about wearing headphones, obviously not on your ears. I love the little controller so much. I kept her, I'm trying to like hide my face and see the viewfinder at the same time. Creeping. I tried to keep her face really simple. I kind of wanted to use buttons for the eyes, but I guess I can like just kind of show you more close. But I didn't have any that worked, and I really did not feel like going out to the store just to get buttons for this, so I just went ahead and embroidered them and just did like a tiny little mouth. Yeah. I love her. She's so cute. I don't know what to name her. If you have suggestions, let me know. Yeah, it feels amazing to be done. I definitely need to take a little crochet break. I think I've mentioned before, like I usually film my videos a month in advance, so it's February, so I need to be working on my March videos, and I'm just finishing up my second February video. So I will probably take a break and do a couple of non-crochet videos for the first part of March, but I do like to usually do at least one crochet video themed, or at least crochet themed video a month, so I will probably still do something for March in that respect. So thank you so much for coming along with this incredibly long journey for me. I mentioned before, and I wrote them all out, so I'll have the patterns for the purple balloon sleeve top and the Ruffle Sweater in the description. I don't have a pattern for this because I honestly like started over and undid things and redid things so many times that I have no idea what I did for this. Like if I wanted to make this again myself, that would be a ride because I have no idea what I even did. So I'm sorry about that, but you are welcome to try to figure that out. But yes, thank you very much for coming along with me. If you liked this video, even though it got a little, I feel crazy. I don't know if the video's crazy, but I feel like I got a little crazy during this video. But if you like the craziness, feel free to subscribe. I post videos 2 to 3 times a month. Thanks so much for watching, and oh, sorry there. See you next time.